if you're already using a GTX 1080 GPU and above, then the RTX 3060 is not for you. Before I explain who Nvidia is actually targeting with the RTX 3060, allow me to thank GladeX Technologies for sending both this Zotac Twin-Edge OC and the Zotac M White Edition RTX 3060 for me to do a review. Right out of the box, the Zotac RTX 3060 M White Edition is noticeably larger than the Twin-Edge Edition, and it also requires dual 8-pin power input, compared to just a single 8-pin power input needed on the Twin-Edge. This is actually a little bit of a surprise, as the power consumption for both of these cards are rated the same at 170 watts. The next difference is that the Zotac RTX 3060 M White Edition clocks at 1867 MHz, while the Twin-Edge OC clocks at just 1807 MHz. The Zotac RTX 3060 Twin-Edge OC is priced at 2,149 ringgit in the Malaysian market, while the M White Edition is listed at 2,359 ringgit. That's MSRP for you. But we all know in the last 1.5 months, it's been almost impossible to get any card at MSRP, let alone if you can find any. So who is this card really meant for? I'm pretty sure, like myself, you have seen plenty of other reviews, benchmark and day one launch video of the RTX 3060. Based on all the benchmark that I've seen so far, it is quite safe to conclude that the RTX 3060 performs right around the range of a 2060 Super and a 2070. So it doesn't make any sense for anyone with a GTX 1080 or above to think about the 3060 as a meaningful upgrade. And that is why today I'm going a little bit of a different route to compare the 3060 with a 1070, a 1660 Super and a 970, powered by the Ryzen 3300X 4-core CPU. Now, if you ask me why not a 3700X or a 5800X that I actually have on hand, instead I'm going with the 3300X because the performance is right about the same as the 4-year-old i7 7700. Most of you who are still using a GTX 1070 or below most likely are having a PC which is 3 or 4 or 5 years or even older than that. Hence, benchmarking with the 3300X makes a little bit more sense in trying to replicate a 3 to 4 years old PC. So you can decide for yourself if the 3060 is worth an upgrade. Due to time constraint, I only tested the Twin-Edge OC with the other cards in only 2 games. The F1 2020, which is relatively an easy game to run, and the latest Cyberpunk 2077, which is quite a demanding title. I believe it is actually enough to give you a little bit of an idea of where these cards stands. Another point that I would like to bring up is that Nvidia actually halved the mining hash rate for the 3060 than what it's actually capable of. If miners are able to get this at MSRP today, it actually still makes sense to use the 3060 to mine, because the 3060 Ti, 3070 and 3080 has gone up almost double in price. The 3060 mining handicap will only make sense if the street price stays about the same as the MSRP. That is all today for my RTX 3060 review. I hope what I did makes sense, and for those of you who are still looking for a GPU upgrade, I hope that you can find one soon in the market. And don't forget to click subscribe and like this video. Dislike is okay as well. And I'll see you guys again in the next one. Bye!